So welcome back to our channel. We don't announce this often. We're Dad's Book Reviews. I'm Kevin.
I'm Don.
And this is my dad, and he reads a lot of books, and we thought we'd share the ones he likes the most with you. So we've done it for a year now.
This will be the start of the second year.
Yeah, we're up to about 450 subscribers, so it's an interesting project. So one thing I have done for my dad is I've written a website for him to help him keep track of all the books he reads, so that mostly so I can find some books in there that I want to read. We thought we'd open up to you this website. It should be dadsbookreviews.com. It has the books we've so far reviewed on there, and we'll continue adding to it as we add more reviews. If you want to, take a look. Let us know what you think. Let us know if we should be changing anything. Hopefully it works well.
Yes, it's been very useful for me. It took me years until he did this, I would continually buy another book and find out I'd already read it.
And then he was keeping track of it in a Google spreadsheet at one point, and is like, I can't find anything in here. So I work as a software developer and thought I would help out. All right, well, how many books
We
this
got
month?
4 books this month.
Okay.
Our next book is a book that has been recommended by several of the people that are viewing our podcast. The series name is Dungeon Crawler Carl by Mat Dinniman. This is apocalypse fantasy comedy. There are 7 books in the series. It's not finished. The first book is 446 pages. Zach was outside in the snow because his cat had jumped out the window into a tree and was out there meowing, howling loud enough to disturb all the neighbors, and he couldn't get it to jump back. So he went outside in the snow to get the cat that was in the tree. And while he's outside, every building in the world collapses, comes down into a heap, and then sinks into the ground. And every person that's inside a building is dead. And then an announcement comes. For the next 30 minutes, you have the opportunity to find the stairway down into a dungeon that's underneath. People that are taking over Earth have killed most of the people and made the rest of the people into a entertainment program where they get to fight monsters in a dungeon that basically covers the entire Earth and is 18 levels deep. He goes into the dungeon because he's cold. He's out there in his shorts and a t-shirt and with a cat and in the snow, and he finds a stairway right away, and so he goes down into the dungeon. And he finds once you go in, you can't go back out. You're in. No one knows what happens to the people that didn't go in, but the idea is they probably didn't make it.
Probably not if everybody else on the surface is dead.
But once you're in the dungeon, you're fighting for your life against monsters constantly. On first level, it's goblins and their murder machines that they're fighting against. And Carl is a fairly strong, innovative guy. And the cat that he brought in is now intelligent and can speak and has more intelligence and charisma than he does. And so they are a duo in this dungeon. And they go around fighting monsters and finding safe rooms that they can go into, but they only have a certain number of days that they can be on this floor before that floor crumbles and everyone that's still in floor 1 dies. He has to get down the stairs to floor 2, but at the same time, he has to get strong enough by killing other monsters to survive what's going on in the dungeon. And so it's a race against time and against increasing his level so that he can survive on the next floor. They call it Dungeon Crawler Carl World, but it's anything but a game. It's a way that the galactic civilization, the particular group that has taken over Earth, has of clearing out all the people in a way that they can make it a big game show on TV and earn a lot of money from the people as they kill them off. The dungeon's 18 floors deep, and no one has ever, in the history of all of these dungeons that have happened in the past, made it to the 18th floor. It's just a way to kill them off with flair. You can't just go in and kill monsters because you have to do it in a way that the people that are watching enjoy it enough that they will send you these loot boxes that make you stronger, give you things that will help you to kill the monsters.
So you're not gaining equipment by killing, you're gaining equipment and more powerful items from donations.
From donations. Well, you're gaining equipment from the people also, but you can also get loot boxes, which really up the ante in what you can get. Carl is the murder machine. The cat was a show cat for her whole life. And so she's just in her element when they get on TV. And she's always, present the best picture in your mind. Make sure that you're doing it so that people will realize how good you are and want to send you these loot boxes.
So is she coaching him too to do that?
Yeah, all the time. And he doesn't like it very much. She's always causing problems for him and he's always yelling at her. It's nonstop action. But Carl has a mouth on him that just is hard to take. It's language, 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 every sentence. It got so frustrating that I only mildly enjoyed this because of all the language in it. Definitely violent, bloody. I gave it an 8. It's a good solid book, but the language just really took the enjoyment out of it for me. Or I might have given it a higher rating. There's no offensive sexual content, and I rated it for teens.
So it reminds me a bit of Hunger Games style, except for you're fighting monsters, but it's all an entertainment program.
Yes, it's much like that. And they get pulled in after they get through a fight and get in a safe room. They get pulled into these audiences with different groups trying to talk to them and satisfy their audience about how much violence it was, and how good it was, how you killed this monster or that monster.
You rated it an 8, partially due to the language is over the top. And is there anything else that made it an 8 for you?
I had a hard time with Donut the cat being as intelligent as she is, in this going from a sentient being to one that can think and talk and do all the other things.
That was a little bit too ridiculous for you.
Yeah, it was a little bit more ridiculous than I like.
Okay. Well, we had a number of reviewers recommend this book, and so we thought we'd do it, even though it was an 8. Maybe you'll like it more than he did. I don't plan on reading it based on that review. I don't do language well, so.
Yeah, I don't either.
There's one final note on that book. You didn't buy the second book, so you've only read the first.
I've only read the first book. It might get better.
And, all right, well, that was 4 books. I've read at least one of those since it was in the past. Hopefully you find something you want to listen to. Let us know. Visit the website, dadsbookreviews.com, and let us, if it's not working well, let me know so I can fix whatever needs to be fixed. So,
thank you for listening.